Good morning and welcome back to Wisdom from the Angels. Hi, my name is Carolyn and I'm an energy intuitive, and everything you need to know about me is in the box below. Also note there are two specials for our angel card readings if you're interested, and those responses are sent back to you by email. If you want an in-person reading, I offer 30 and 60-minute sessions, and we get on Zoom or Skype or whatever works for you, and we get a reading in, and you get to ask as many questions you want and get clarity around your situation. If you'd like distance healing, I am a Reiki master as well as a master teacher in other energy modalities, and we can arrange an integrative session and go from there. Send me an email if you'd like more information, as well as I offer a 15-minute free chat so that you can figure out which sessions or services might work best for you. Like I said, all the information is in the box below, and just go ahead, send me an email. And if you, one other thing that I offer is toward the end of every week, I do a meditation, and I include my clients and people who are needing support, as well as sending it out to the global community. And if you'd like to be included, send me an email. If you'd like to share what's going on, then I can be a little bit more specific in how I hone into it. I don't mention anyone by name except between myself and the angels, and I make sure that it's done every week, okay? And it may be something I share on the channel at some point when I start to figure out Patreon. So right now, I'm right here on YouTube, and the readings that I do here are for the general community. When I do a reading for someone else that's on Skype or Zoom, there are many more decks that are utilized, as well as all of your answers are taken care of in that short period of time. But here I'm just doing a very general reading for the community. Now, if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're an oldie but goodie and a member of the tribe, hello and thank you for coming back. Now, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Then next to it is a little bell. Hit that so that you'll get an email notification of future tapings or videos when they drop. Like it. And if you feel like someone needs this message for today, go ahead, share it with them. Okay? All right. So thank you for listening for a moment, and we're going to get into the read. Today, many of you know that I share which decks that I use, so that if you have those decks, you can go pull them and see what messages you might be able to get from the cards as well. So today I'm using, you've seen this deck before, the Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Okay, I'm going to be using those, and this deck just came out August 4th or 5th, and it is Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. And I love Colette's decks. Her art is amazing. The messages are always on point and powerful and very empowering. And they do get into a lot of the energies that are going on. So I am going to be using both those decks, okay? So let's call in the angels. Oh, one more thing. If you hear some little barking in the background, that's Lady and Coco. I introduced them to the channel last week. They're at the window saying hello to their friends. Let's see if they'll come over today. Hey, lady girl, you want to come here? You want to see Mama? Come see Mama. Come on, Cookie. So here's Coco. This is my boy dog. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. My name's Coco. Come on, little girl. Come here. Come over here, sweet. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There you are. And there's Lady Girl. Say hey, lady. Say hi, guys. Coco always wants to smell your breath because that's how he figures out how you're feeling. So this is Lady and Coco again. They were on last Saturday. Coco, you gotta look in the mirror. I mean, into the camera. They can't see you down there, puppy. There's no treats up here. That's what they're looking for. They are funny. And they're brother and sister. They are from the breed, the Coton de Toulier. It is called the, oh my gosh, the Royal Dog of Madagascar. Coton de Toulier means the cotton dog. They have hair. They are hypoallergenic. They have hair instead of fur like most dogs have. So they're hypoallergenic and they're indoor pups. So they go outside maybe once or twice a month. They get a lot of exercise chasing each other around and having fun, and they hang out on the patio and get their sun time in. But they're great companions and they're really, really wonderful. So I'm glad that they came to visit. Okay, guys, go play. Go play. Alrighty. So let's get into the read for today. All right. Let me do the angel incantation. And yes, every day it is a little bit different because I'm listening to the energies as they're coming through. Okay. Today, well, it's overcast here on the central coast of California. We have the temperature right now is 73, and it's going to go up to about 75. We've got a quote-unquote heat wave coming tomorrow to Monday, and our temperatures are supposed to go up into the high 80s. Ooh. But our temperatures here usually in the evening are in the 40s and 50s, and during the daytime they go up to maybe mid 70s. It's a little warmer when you get closer to the beach, and I'm about 8 minutes away. So last night I met up with a girlfriend and we went for a walk along the beach and did about 3.5 miles. And just talked and had fun, and she had her doggy, and he's a trip. He barks at other dogs like he thinks he's a Great Dane or something. And this little 10-pound dog, he's just cute. He's cute. So good morning to Duke. Good morning, Duke. Okay, so we're going to get into this reading, and we're going to really see what they have, the messages for today. You know, as I was sitting down to do the taping, I realized it's Thursday. What happened to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? I know I've been seeing clients and things have been moving along and going really well, but I'm like, what happened to the week? And then I also realized I'm almost a month away from my birthday. So yes, I celebrate my birthday, even though I have lots of gray, because I am glad to be here. A whole lot of folks aren't. Okay, let me get into this reading. I don't know where I'm going with this today. Okay, angels. Angels, come in here. Archangels, guardian angels, ascendant masters, spirit guides, ancestors, beings from other galaxies, from all place and time. Come into this reading. Oh, I call in the energy of Archangel Michael to surround us and guide us and protect us. I call in Archangel Raphael, the divine physician. I call in Angel Sarah, the bulldozer. Come on, Sarah, the great manifester. I call in Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Angel Daniel. Daniel's energy is here, and Daniel is all about love and unconditional love and all that good stuff. I'm calling an angel Gabriel. Gabriel, good morning. Really for divine wisdom and direction. Thank you, Gabriel, and insight. Gabriel can also help you with your intuition. All right. I call in Kuan Yin. I call in Buddha. I call in Jesus. I call in Kuan Yin, Ganesh, and Lakshmi. Interesting. Okay, bring them all in. Woo! What do we say on this channel? Get the flock in here. um, come in, surround us, guide us, and protect us, and provide the guidance and wisdom and clarity that we need for today. Alrighty. So you know my reading. So thank you, 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 angels, thank you, angelic realm. All right. My readings are timeless, so sometimes you may need to go back and listen to different ones on different days. The only reason that I may date them is because it keeps it fluid within while I'm trying to come up with my playlist. And we're going to tackle that this weekend and figure out how to do a playlist. But if you just go, if you really want to find some of the other recordings, just click on the name down below, Wisdom from the Angels, and it'll take you to the other part of the YouTube wonderland that it is. And you can then go down the list, and I do title every reading so that you know what that message is about. Okay, so let's get into the reading today. I am sitting here with my rose quartz, and I'm going to put it in my left hand just to kind of see which deck they'd like me to start with. Okay, 7 oracles. Alrighty, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So today, Malachite said, take me, I want to go, I want to go. I explained to you guys last week, I have this little dish of different crystals, and I add to it, I take from it, I switch them out, but also you see I have salt, and I use that to clear my crystals. And it's only sitting on top of salt in this dish because these are the crystals that I handle. I just clear them, but I have dishes of salt that are deeper and they're glass to really clear out all my crystals, especially the ones that I put in my little pouch every single day. And I carry it on me somewhere. So, and that's one way you can use crystals in your life, okay? All right, so we're going to get into the reading. Let's go with the 7 oracles. So I'm excited. I love this deck. When it came, I just sat there for like 2 or 3 hours, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Go to bed, girl. Why are you up? And I am so fortunate that I have this amazing life where I can set my own hours, do what I want to do. I can intermingle my day with angel card readings and with healing sessions, and then I can energy sessions, and then I can come back and go see friends or go to lunch or go to dinner, and then come back and do whatever it is I want to do. And so that whatever I desire to do, and so I'm truly blessed in that way. I've been an entrepreneur now for wow since I was 22. I started my first business at 23, and it was medical practice management. And so I'll give you a little background on me. And my husband went to medical school and became a doctor. And the one thing they don't teach you many things in medical school. Contrary, they teach you a lot, but contrary to popular belief, there's some things they don't teach you that you might want to know, like nutrition. And he went to Brown University. He trained at Columbia. He did his residency at Columbia University. So we lived in many places, but at that time we lived in Providence, and then we moved to New York. And he had started a private practice on Central Park West. And at one point he asked the staff, how long does it take you to get paid? Because I've been seeing clients now for patients for like 3 months. And I haven't seen a paycheck come through here yet. And it was a office of other doctors, so he thought maybe they got, the mail confused. And they said, oh, we're going to check on that for you. Well, weeks went by, he still didn't get paid. One night, one of the docs asked him, they were out of town on vacation, and they asked him to go by the office and pick up a patient's records because she was in labor. And he went by, and right before her name, which started with an S, was a file called the suspense file. And in there was all of the patients he had seen and all of their billing. it had been sent, and all it required at that point was to be put in an envelope and sent. So, over months of conversation, because I did not want to do this, I didn't want to be a part of his business. I was having fun in New York. I was cabaret. I was just starting a cabaret act. Yes, I've been trained to sing. I was trained, grew up in the church singing in the choir. I was the lead soloist, and then went on to college, and I took a music class as a liberal arts requirement, and the teacher was like, "You'd be great for opera. You have a beautiful voice. You're a lyrical soprano." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever that means." He says, "Well, you can sing 3 octaves above middle C." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "Do you know how rare that is?" I was like, "Oh, no." No idea. And so I started training for opera, and I enjoyed it. I loved hitting those high notes, and they were so, like, they clear up your head when you hit them. I was enjoying that. And I said, "So where could I go if I wanted to take this further?" And he said, "Well, you'd have to leave and go to Europe to train." And at that time I was like, "Oh, where?" And we didn't have the internet in the 70s, so that was going to be an interesting conversation to try and figure out. And so I took that and decided to become a cabaret singer. And I had fun with that. I had fun. Anyway, that was my first business, and I did that from 22 till I was 40. My husband had his own private practice. I was the office manager, and he had his own staff. And then his friend said, "How do you get paid so quickly? And you get paid much more than I do, because I've heard from the grapevine." And how does that happen? And he said, "Carolyn's there. I don't have to worry about a thing. I know that ship is running well, because she's got her eye on everything." And so as people started to ask for my assistance, I went to work in their offices. And sometimes I'd go in undercover as a new employee, just to kind of, because the docs would say, "Come in as a new employee and tell me what's wrong with my office." So I'd give them an assessment. Sometimes they came in to show new employees how to set up an office, or new docs how to set up an office. And it was fun, because I had flexibility. I had 2 children. I could do it when I wanted to. And we could go on vacation when we wanted to. And so that was my first company. And then my husband fell in the shower, cracked his back in 3 places, ending his medical career. And our lives really changed. It was what I call a divine detour. And that was our first time moving to California. So let me get back to the read for the day, because I could just keep talking to y'all all day long and never get this reading done. So that was, I think that was 5, but one more for good measure. Okay? All right. So angel, show us what the message is. Angel guidance for today. Angel guidance for today. Angel guidance for today. Oh, angel guidance for today. Angel guidance for today. Angel guidance for today. Angel, oh, stop. Okay. You want me to take all of these? Okay, I'll take all of them. I'll take all of them. You said stop. I'm listening. All righty. Thank you, angels. Wow. How amazing is this? Oh my goodness. Wow. We got something special today. We've got something special today. Now let's see what the archangels are going to give us as a message, because this is a really cool reading today. Wow. Okay. Take all of them. Okay. Angels are really talking this morning. Wow. Okay, they're saying switch that around. Okay. Let me just take a moment to look at the cards. I'm going to show them to you. And they're was saying show you the cards and then get into the reading. Okay? This is saying a higher view. Okay? It's a beautiful, beautiful angel. And that is an owl. Owls are all about wisdom, all about the mysticism. Alrighty. And I was just looking to see if this is a heart. Well, I might see it better if I put on my glasses. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful card. I love, love the art. And we have, if you look carefully, there's stars on here. A higher view. Okay, we're gonna get into that one. And the next one is, interesting. The tall tale. And if you look closely, this is Pinocchio. And Pinocchio's nose is starting to grow. I got a feeling we need to be careful today about what people tell us. Oh, ears wide open. And this is a master number, number 33. And you can look that up and see what that means for you. I'm going to get into the reading today. It may be a little longer than usual. We're already at 22 minutes. But here we go. And this one is number 40, the land between. Okay? And this has, all of them have beautiful stars all over them. Okay, so, wow. Let's just take those 4 cards to begin with. Okay? A higher view. I feel like they're telling us to shift our perspective around the situation that's going on at this time, to shift our perspective and really begin to look at it from a higher place. Let's look it up because I'm not familiar with all of the meanings, but I want to just get an idea. Okay, a higher view. Sometimes our lives are suction cupped to the ends of our nose and we cannot see beyond ourselves. This happens to everyone once in a while. Being in reactivity keeps us repeating old patterns. Conversely, the avoidance of our triggers could keep us in our comfort zone. The way to be successful in your endeavors is to connect with others, is to step out of your sticky perception of the world. Imagine yourself sitting on the back of a bird 1,000 feet above your life. Wouldn't your perspective change? From a higher point of view, you can see for miles. You can let go of naming or blaming the obstacles in your way and instead easily discover a path to a more beautiful and compelling vista. More can become available to you in all aspects of your life when you step back and give it a little distance. It goes on to say the world is wide open for you today. All you have to do is move to higher ground. Be mindful and celebrate life's dance. Wow. Wow, thank you, Colette. That was, I don't know about y'all, but that was powerful. That was powerful. Okay. A tall tale. So usually a tall tale is about someone telling lies, feeding you a whole plate of bullshit, excuse my French. But it can also be around you being in denial, not really believing what is in front of you. And sometimes that can happen in our relationships where we love someone so much that we cannot believe that they would ever do anything underhanded or to hurt us. And oftentimes we may forgive poor behavior, we may overlook it, we may set it to the side instead of addressing it head on. So this says, you or someone else is telling a tall tale now. You also know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. So when someone's telling you a lie, listen in your body. Listen if any kind of little urges come or nudges come that feel uncomfortable, you're being lied to. You may not know why. It may trigger you. It may make you angry. If you can, try not to react because you will hear the truth in between the words that come up. Okay? So a tall tale is being rendered right now. And so that's what it says. Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing. Then there is the lie put forth while in denial, such as hiding an addiction. And an addiction can be to food, to media, to our cell phones, to our devices, to gossip. It can be to lower bass vibrations. It can also be to food or alcohol or drug use or sex. Addictions cover a wide gamut, which we don't always think about. Okay, and we can also get addicted to a way of thinking and think that things can only be one way, and that can get us in some hot water too. So it says today, ask for the truth. Be willing to pay the price and be okay with the vulnerability that telling a lie can expose in yourself and others. Remember, when you tell the truth, you will be set free. So that's an interesting thing to hear. Here we are today. And think about it on a global level. Think about it on a political level and the consequences that it has there for us. We are getting ready. We are in the fight of, I want to say this, the beginning of this century, of a presidency that there's going to be shenanigans played, okay? And I'm excited to see how this shakes out. And we probably, even though the election is in early November, we probably won't have a full sense of who was elected until the middle to end of November, especially if it's mail-in ballots. All right. So the next one is ears. Ears wide open, and that's number 33. So let's see what Colette is saying about that one, because it's a beautiful card. I love this. I just love her art. I just love her art. Love it, love it, love it. The world is constantly speaking to us and offering us clues about what is really going on beneath the surface of things. We all have the capacity to hear beyond the noise in our ears. The challenge is when we feel misunderstood and unheard, when we feel insignificant, it's easy to over-explain ourselves in an attempt to get acknowledged. Now is the time to let all that go. Offer your attention as the great gift that it is. It's time to stop multitasking, checking your phone, thinking of what you're going to say next, and doing all the other things that keep you from connecting fully. So if you're not living your life in the present moment, you really are not connecting with your world or with your truth. So that's an important message to really begin to open up and start to listen from a place of true respect for yourself and a true place of empowerment. We all want to be seen, we all want to be heard, and the best way to do that is come from a place of truth. And that may not always be easy. And why do people lie? Sometimes it could be because they really don't know why they did what they did. They may be trying to hide something. They may be trying to be manipulative. They may be doing it for a number of reasons, like the card says. It may be looking to be seen, be heard. They may not want to hurt the other person's feelings. They may have done something that they didn't realize they were doing at the moment, because they might have been in a state of fear or a state of anger. And sometimes when we are in fear, anger, disappointment, resentment, revenge, and feeling not enough or feeling like a victim, we may lie because we just don't have the capacity at that moment to really acknowledge what has happened and move forward. Okay? So, and we were taught as kids, never lie. But then as you grow older, you probably started to realize that, well, the adults have been telling us lies. You know, one of the first ones was, and it might have been innocent, but it was still a little not the truth. Santa Claus. So with my kids, I raised them with, I remember my son came home, he was in nursery school, so he was about 4. And he came home and he said, Mom, what's Christmas? I said, oh, that's a date, you know when you get lots of gifts. And he says, no. What's the person connected with Christmas? I said, oh, your parents, your family. And he said, no, the kids were talking about Santa Claus. Who the heck is Santa Claus? And I said, well, so that's when I went into, some people believe this, some people believe that, some people believe this. And I said, some people believe in Santa Claus as a man who comes down the chimney and leaves presents in your house. And he said, well, that's not going to happen. We don't have a chimney. And I still get presents. So how does that work? And he said, well, some people believe that it's just the giving that's given from the people who really care about you and love you. And he said, yeah. And then I said, Christmas can also be a time of sharing with others as well as wishing them the best. He said, yeah, I like all of the others. That the man coming in the house, we don't know this person. We don't know why they're here. New York City kid at that time. And so those are some of the things that we tell our children inadvertently, as we are also telling them, don't lie to me. Don't tell me a lie. Lying is, how many times did you hear growing up, lying is the worst thing you can do. But at the same time, there may have been some untruths that were told to you, and you were told to believe them with all your heart. Okay, the next card is number 40, the land between. And this is the land between worlds, is what they're talking about here. Where, like Lionsgate that we just had on August 8th, where the portals between the worlds, between our world, our reality that we see every day, and the other side of the veil, where the veil is very, very thin. And we can talk to ancestors. We can really do a lot of journaling. We can even, if we know how, to do shamanic journeying and can go back to past lifetimes. Or if you find someone who does past lifetimes, they can take you back to a past lifetime to figure out, where did this particular relationship begin? What is all of this energy around this relationship, and why is it still showing up? Well, sometimes we will incarnate to really make sense of and to stop the karma around a particular event and that we've had in the past. So it might be a situation where you were friends with someone in the past and they betrayed you, and that has shown up over many lifetimes. And when you saw this person, you went, aha, my friend. But then there was a little something there that you didn't understand. Doing a past life regression, you can begin to get a lot more information, okay? And sometimes when I'm doing sessions or when I'm doing angel card readings, that information does come in, all right? But here it's saying the land between. Let's see exactly what they're saying to pay attention to. Being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be. A time of waiting and evolving. Gray areas, something essential yet is still in development or metamorphosis. And when this card comes up, it says, she's saying you are in a change. You know that you are called to it and can no longer be who you were. But you aren't sure what the next experience of your life will be. You are in between what was and what could be. You're in a really like a growing stage. You're like a caterpillar in, that becomes the butterfly. Does she have one on here on this card? I don't think so. No, she's just showing the world apart. I don't see a butterfly unless it's really small. But the thing is, you're not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past, even if you're ready to shed that version of yourself and become something new. You must start redefining who you are in the context of what do you believe is possible when you get to the next place. Can you explore this stage of your evolution to get to know yourself better? And those are powerful words. The other one is, then once you have made this no man's land your home, it will be part of you. Then whatever we have set in motion comes to light. This is what you've been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love the place in between, for that is where you are reborn. So this is saying, quite honestly, and this is, oh my gosh, I just realized, this is in line with the planetary energies right now. We are undergoing a rebirth, both within ourselves, as well as in our communities, as well as in the global world. Governments are going to shift and fall. We're going through a whole new reset of the economy. Wouldn't it be wonderful if they just forgave all debt for everything and just set it back to zero for everybody and begin all over again? Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. Or pay it out, I don't know. Anyway, figure it out some other way. But so that everybody can start fresh, so that everybody can start on a new page, so that everyone can start from point zero and grow from there. And but this is saying here that we have one foot in one world, one foot in the other. And right now we need to rise above where we think we are and maybe the everyday mundane things that are going on, and look at life from a higher perspective. Begin to look at, say, your business life. How would you like to grow? How would you like to change? How would, if you could suspend all worry and angst about moving into what you truly, truly, truly desire, how would that feel? And start mapping out those baby steps to get there. But first begin with a question of, am I doing this for myself? Or am I doing this for my parents, my family, what others will think of me? Is it something that really drives my heart? Is this my passion? Is this something that I can truly do and truly enjoy? Because when we do something and we enjoy it, the money comes. So we get it kind of twisted with, I want the money first, and then I'll go enjoy it. And that's not how it works in the universe. Sorry about that. Okay, so now let's look at the angel cards and see how that is impacting this read. So we have Archangel Zachiel. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach those ideas to others. Zachiel is a teacher, and he's saying, get out there and teach. Get out there and learn. And if you look, he is holding a book of knowledge. He's also holding a flame. Get excited about what you're doing, no matter what it is. Get excited. Go out there. You have gifts to share with the world. We all need to be uplifted, and we all need to show up in the world in a way we haven't shown up in the past. Had we shown up the way that we could have as a collective, we would not be going through what we're going through right now. Promise you. At the same time, Archangel Michael comes in and says, you are a powerful, loving, and creative God, child of the universe. You are very loved. Now on the card it says God. I say universe only because I believe that is, sometimes certain words can trigger people. The universal consciousness, our creator, whatever works for you, that's what you say, go with it. So you are a powerful and loving, creative child of the universe, and you are very loved. And that's something we forget. We forget how much the universe truly, truly loves us and only wants the best for us. And the other message is clairaudience from Archangel Zachiel again. And it says, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So start to notice what you're hearing. Listen, listen. Audience is about hearing, okay? And really start to hone in on that. Remember, Zachiel came out earlier with the message about teaching and learning. Okay? So Zachiel is saying, listen, ask for guidance. Remember who you are. Ask for guidance. Get out there and teach what you know. Remember who you are. Okay? This is exactly how these cards came out. And remember, right now you're in the land between. And you're making new choices. You're learning new things. You may need more skills. You may need to learn something new. You may need to get another degree or certificate. It may just mean going to a class and learning something that you really always wanted to do. This one says, again, clairaudience. Remember that came out before with Zachiel. Here we have confirmation. Both cards. Ears wide open. Listen to the truth. Remember that was part of the message, to listen to what you're actually hearing. See beyond what someone is saying. See beyond the words. We like to believe that what someone is telling us is actually what's going on, and that is the truth. And it may be more than that. This all says, remember the tall tale. Pinocchio is kind of Pinocchio-ish characters on the card. Sometimes people do need to lie, or they feel they need to lie in order to be seen, in order to be heard, in order to feel like they are part of something better or greater. Watch out for what people are telling you. Doesn't always mean that that's what they truly understand or mean. And look behind the meaning. That doesn't mean you have to be suspicious and wonder, why would they do that to me? I don't like them. Sometimes people lie because they feel like they're not going to be seen or heard. And then, again, go back to the original message, a higher view. Take a higher view of things. Take a higher view of perspective. Start to look at what's going on in your life, even if it's causing you a lot of pain and a lot of sorrow. Look at it from a different perspective. Step back from what you initially are reacting to. That's a very mature, emotional way to handle things. Just step back for a moment. Why would someone say something that they've said? I'll give you a perfect example. I heard I shared with you earlier, I went for a walk on the beach with my friend yesterday, and we did 3 miles. And I heard a mom, as we were walking past, say to one of her kids, she said, you're not going to be able to go back to school, and because of the virus, and I don't want you to get sick. And one of the kids said, but I want to go, and you promised us we were going to go. And she said, well, I thought you would be going back, and I'm sorry for that promise, for making that promise. I made it too early. So the kid asked, Mom, did you lie to us? And I remember the look on her face was one of mixed emotion, one where she truly, you could see the love she had for her children, but you could also see the mixed emotion that sometimes as adults we get, like, who are you to question me? And the father said, your mom did it from a place of love. We thought you were going to go back to school. And we really had hoped that you would. So sometimes we may shroud the truth because we are trying to protect someone. We don't want to cause them harm. We don't want to have a blow up. We don't want to get in trouble with someone. We want to keep them first and foremost in our life. And, sometimes other people may lie to us and you may forgive them and not be, angry about it, maybe a little upset, but not explosive. And then you might say, well, I parked the car down the street on such and such street if you live in a big city, and they go to look for it and the car's not there and they call you and you're like, oh, that's right, I parked over here, such and such, such and such, and then they explode. Like, well, it wasn't that big to me. So just kind of be cognizant at every moment to think, perhaps that person was doing the best they could at that moment. Now, that doesn't mean with more information or a different scenario, they might have made a different choice. Sometimes we come from a place of our own insecurities getting in the way, and we may pinpoint or target someone because we don't want them around us because we feel insignificant or less than when they are there. It's not right to do that. It is not in accordance with the universal language of love. And it is something that is yours, that person's to work on. It's not the other person. And sometimes we project ourselves onto other people. We project our stuff, hoping that they won't realize what's going on, so we have time to figure it out and to work it out. So begin to take a higher view of the world. Take a higher view. Stand, just pull yourself back from the cliff of falling into the abyss of just anger and upset, and start to really look at life from a higher perspective. If I could shift my thinking around this to something that is empowering, what could that be? All right, so I leave you with that message today. Longer message than usual, but I appreciate you coming today. Tribe, thank you for showing up. And if you're new, please come on back tomorrow for another message. I'm going to do a Friday message as well as a weekend message. So I'm going to kind of shift it up because there's been a request for 5 days of messages and then the weekend read. And Fridays are my day of playtime, so I'm going to get that report out early tomorrow so that you can enjoy it, and I'm going to be off to have a wonderful, wonderful day. I think I'm going to drive down to Monterey and spend the day down there. Okay, everyone, you have a wonderful day. May you have more peace than your heart can handle. All right? Namaste.